Auntie here. So I read this post. So of course I put the post onto the Facebook page with my wee introduction. So once I say read on, that's the post, okay? Look at this director who clearly has no idea of what happened, no understanding of studio interference. A cut is what a visionary wants to do but wasn't allowed to. He's the director of The Invisible Man. More like Invisible Movie. No one will see it. Am I right? Read on. Invisible Man director Lee Warnell says films like Snyder Cut are a terrible thing. Warnell echoes Scorsese and is rejecting director's cut, saying, I never want to have another cut sitting somewhere that competes with the original cut. The original cut. Well, in this case, the cut is the original that Zack wasn't allowed to do. Few director's cuts in movie history have as much buzz around them as the Snyder Cut of Justice League. Zack Snyder has spent the last year teasing his personal cut of the comic book tentpole because he wants his movie, not the Joss Whedon, not the studio, the film that he made. Which bombed with Zack Snyder spent the last year teasing his personal book tentpole, which bombed with critics and audience in November 2017. Snyder left the Justice League production after a family tragedy, and Warner Brothers brought in Joss Whedon to oversee reshoots. Seriously, he was pushed out, just like Ben Affleck. The truth is out there. I believe this is like IndieWire, right? A production brought in Joss Whedon to oversee reshoots and post-production. The Justice League theatrical cut featured Whedon's lighter tone and altered Snyder's original plan for the superhero movie. The Snyder Cut movement continues to urge Warner Brothers to release Snyder's vision, but not all of the Snyder's contemporaries believe in such a movie. I cannot wait until this film is released. During an interview on Red Band podcast, Invisible Man writer and director Lee Warnell was asked about the existence of the Snyder Cut. Warnell said the idea of a Snyder Cut and all director's cuts are a terrible thing. The Invisible Man will lead the box office in another low-budget Blumhouse win. Invisible Man male director asked Elizabeth Moss to correct the scripts to ensure female POV. To me, I never want another cut sitting somewhere that competes with the original cut, Warnell explains. I guess what I'm saying is, whatever circumstances created that cut, whatever horrible circumstances are totally understandable. For me personally, I would always view it as a terrible thing that there was an unseen cut of the film over the years. You'll see this. I'm going to read that bit again because that had no inkling. I don't even think this guy knows what he's saying. To me, I never want to have another cut sitting somewhere that competes with the original cut. Warnell explains. I guess what I'm saying is whatever circumstances created the cut, whatever horrible circumstances are totally understandable for me personally, I would always view it as a terrible thing that there was an unseen cut of the film over the years. You'll see this thing where it's like James Cameron releases the director's cut of Aliens, and then he'll introduce it when you watch it. He comes on the screen and says, this is the way I always intended people to watch Aliens. And my first thought is, that's nuts. Don't have one definitive version of the movie. I hate the idea that we missed out the version he wanted to see. Well, that's exactly it. This is what you call studio interference. Okay? And we're not just talking about an alien edition of the movie. We are talking about a whole league. We are talking about a brand new movie. We are talking about a movie, a full movie, not like 10 minutes or 20 minutes from to what we got, right? We are talking about the whole thing, the feel, the tone, the music, the story. I cannot. This guy has no idea about the Snyder Cut. He has just basically heard they released the Snyder Cut, and he believes it's just one wee tiny wee cut, one wee sort of 10 minutes added on. Listen, I watched Alien 3, the director's cut. To me, that was a different film to what was released. I would have preferred the director's cut rather than the studio interfering with it. Good as the devil, and the way I was. Yeah, you missed out because the studio. 1L comments echo similar thoughts shared by Martin Scorsese last fall. The director's cut is the film that's released, Scorsese said in an interview with Entertainment Weekly. No, it's not. They're talking about two different cuts, right? One, Batman versus Superman. Okay? He was asked to cut that film. He didn't want to cut it, but he must have made a deal so he got the Ultimate Edition out. But that was definitely not the version that Zack Snyder would want to put out there. But the studio comes in, right? The studio comes in, and if you're Martin Scorsese, you have probably more power than Zack. That you can go to Netflix and make that movie appear and sit for 3 fricking hours with not much happening. Okay? To me, that's a film that needs a cut. There could be money issues there. One else coming, the directors made the decisions based on the process that we're going through at the time. There could be money issues. There could be somebody that dies while making the picture. The studio changes heads and the next person hates it. Sometimes, a director says, I wish I could go back and put it back together. All these things happen, but I do think once the die is cast, you have to go through with it and say, that's the movie I made under those circumstances. Don't expect to see a director's cut of The Invisible Man, which Universal is opening theatres next month. 27. Who wants to go and see this? Seriously, after reading this? I don't know about you, but I am peeved off. Okay, this, God, some people want their film, and was it the directors? This has got me so angry, I'm sorry. Once the die is cast, you go. But when people go to see a film and it has Zack Snyder's logo on it, and the guy doesn't even turn up for his premiere, he doesn't support the film because he had very little to do with it. Okay, he wasn't there at the end. Joss Whedon came in. He's never, as far as I know, Zack Snyder has never seen the movie. Okay, so we have not seen the movie. He has not supported Justice League whatsoever. He gets surprised every time somebody asks him about a scene. Was it his or that? 99% of the film wasn't his. They changed everything. They changed the shoots. You might as well take Zack's name off the credits because it has nothing to do with him. Right? I'm surprised it says Zack Snyder film because it's not. This guy knows shit, and I would like us to boycott this movie. This guy does not deserve respect. This does not deserve. Let me know what your thoughts below. I'm just going to try and calm myself down. This will be uploaded, of course, to YouTube and on the Facebook page. This is DC Vigilante. Let's see your comments, please.